Okay, so what was my shift in direction? Because I needed something specific. And as I continued watching that program, I learned who that tiny little blonde woman was, and and I was able to hear her. I was, there's not a better way to say that. I was able to hear her. I could hear the things that she was saying, and I could see how I could apply it all in my own life. It was all very practical, rubber meets the road kind of stuff. And her name is Mary Mannon Morrissey. And at the time, actually, I didn't know this when I first started watching the show, but as Oregon Public, this was one of those help support public broadcasting things. She was doing this program like Wayne Dyer used to do, and had provided some of her materials and stuff for sale to benefit Oregon Public Broadcasting. And I didn't know it at first, and I would have changed the channel if I had known that she was a minister. I would have changed the channel because religion, the thought of God, the thought of religion at that time, just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I wouldn't have wanted to hear anything she had to say if I had known that she was the Reverend Mary Mannon Morrissey. I would have changed the channel. But I didn't know that until further on in the program, and by then I was basically hooked. So, excuse me. So her name is Mary Mannon Morrissey, and the program was called Building Your Dreams, and it was based on her book, Building Your Field of Dreams. And oh boy, so and what I've shared so far, and I don't know if you're watching these videos in the order that I've created them or not, so I'm going to try to stop making references like that. I'll stop right now making those kind of references because I don't want to confuse anybody. So whether or not you've watched the shift in direction video, once you get to it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I decided as I was watching this program that my shift in direction was going to be toward peace. I just wanted peace. I wanted that guy to love me because I loved him, and he said that he loved me, but he certainly didn't treat me that way, and I was to the point of I'm as I watched the program, I knew I needed that. I knew that I needed a copy of her book. However, to get a copy of her book through the program, it was going to cost $120 because it was a fundraiser for Oregon Public Broadcasting. So I made a decision, and I've written about this in my second book, In Popular Paradigm. It was an intense experience to order that book for $120. $10 a month for 12 months was such a giant stretch for me. And it doesn't seem like anything now. $10 a month for 12 months is nothing. At the time, ordering that book without his permission, knowing that he could walk in the house, because he was out, as I was watching this program, this was a Sunday, he was out washing his truck, and I couldn't see the driveway from the living room, from the apartment at all. I couldn't see the driveway. I couldn't see the parking lot from the apartment. And so he could walk in the house at any time while I was on the phone making this purchase. Oh my God, it was so scary to do that. I was petrified and terrified. And the phone conversations seemed to last a year as my eyes were bulging out of my head and I could feel my hair standing on end and I was shaking and my heart wanted to pound out of my chest and but I would do it again. I would do it again. And committing to having $10 a month for 12 months taken out of my checking account automatically had me committed. I that was a commitment to me. As I ordered this material, I ordered the book and the video of the program I was watching. Oh God, best thing I ever could have done for myself was to commit to pay, because if I hadn't made the commitment to pay $10 a month and have it charged on my card, taken out of my checking account every month for 12 months, I don't know that I would have stuck with it. But I knew I have paid $120 for this book and I'm still paying for it and I'm going to be paying for it for 12 months, kept me motivated to stick with it. Since then I have paid, $10,000 for 6 months of mentoring. But at the time, $120, $10 a month for 12 months was huge, 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 huge for me. It was, especially doing it without his permission. And when he found out, he held it over my head, and he would do everything he could to keep me from having the $10. Believe it or not, he would do everything he could to keep me from having the $10 in my account every month. That was one of the petty, shitty things that he did. So I'm just saying, I needed to share that so that I could share this. My shift in direction. One of the things that Mary said during the program, she talked about peace. And something that she said was, peace begins with me. And really, what I wanted at that time was peace. I just want peace. I just want 5 seconds of not having to worry about him coming up behind me and punching me in the side of the head, or about him bursting into the apartment and beating the crap out of me for something that somebody said to him outside, or all that unpredictability and walking on eggshells, and just knowing that no matter what I did, it was going to be the wrong thing. I just wanted peace. I wanted 5 seconds of not having to worry about what he was going to do to hurt me. I just wanted peace. So she mentioned peace in that program, and she quoted A Course in Miracles. It says in the Course in Miracles, I can choose peace instead of this. And I decided in a very cocky way that, well, that'll just be my shift in direction. I'll just choose peace. That's what I'll do. Whenever he tries to pick a fight with me, I'll just choose peace and that'll work. Well, so that was what I was going to do between that day and the time that I received my book in the mail, which took about 5 weeks. So I found her on TV on September 19th, and I received the book like the last week of October. So it was about 5 weeks. And so I'll just choose peace. That'll be my shift in direction between now and the time that I can actually dive into this material and get good at this stuff, right? So I did. Well, that was my decision. That was going to be my shift in direction. Just a little shift in direction. A mile down the road, you're in a whole new place. So my shift in direction was going to be, I'm just not going to react anymore when he tries to make me cry. When he pushes my buttons, tries to make me cry. I'm just not going to react to him anymore. I can choose peace instead of this. Peace begins with me. And I can choose peace instead of this. Well, that worked for about that long because I wasn't very good at it. I wasn't, I, so as those weeks went by, he would pick a fight with me and we would do our whole 6-hour domestic violence thing, and I would forget all about choosing peace. I'd forget all about it because I'm back in the pattern. Domestic violence is a pattern. It's a dynamic. It's a pattern of it's a relationship pattern. And so and patterns are magnetic. It's not that easy to change them. If it's a pattern of behavior, it's not that easy to change it. It has to be done a little bit at a time, for the most part. There are exceptions, but for the most part, it has to be done a little bit at a time. And so I made the decision on that day, my shift in direction is going to be, I'm just going to choose peace. And then the first fight happened and I forgot all about choosing peace. And then a couple hours after it was all over with, I got mad at myself. Damn it. Damn it. Shit. I was going to choose peace and I forgot. I really am a piece of shit. I can't even do one positive thing for myself. I'm sure if you're watching this and you are in that kind of a circumstance, or even if you're not, if you'll admit it to yourself, you have that kind of self-talk going on at times in your life. Damn it, I really am a piece of crap. I really am worthless. I can't even hold a positive thought for 5 seconds. And I would continue my own beating inside my own thought processes. And I did that for weeks. The fight would happen. I would forget all about choosing peace. A couple hours after the fight was over with, then I would remember. And then I would beat my own self up for forgetting to choose peace. Until one day, I had a little revelation when I was doing that to myself. After the fight happened, a couple hours later, there I am, beating myself up. And I went, wait, what if I choose peace instead of this? What if I choose peace instead of what I'm doing to myself with my own thoughts? What if I choose peace instead of this? And I did. And so that was where I started. Took me a couple weeks to get there. But I was serious about this. I knew that my book was going to be coming. I knew that I was paying $10 a month for 12 months for a book. I had a hard time with that. I'm paying $120 for a book. And so that kept me interested. It served me very well to pay that much for that book because it kept me engaged in the process that I was just beginning. So this is another. So this website and all these videos are a part of a system, and I'm really looking at it as it was the beginnings of the seed had been planted, and the taproot was anchoring itself in the form of the open moment. And so here's a root tendril that's going to help to build the foundation for this tree that I'm growing. I know it's a metaphor. I like metaphors, sorry. But it works for me. So here's another aspect of the process. I can choose peace instead of this. So there are really two things in this for you. The number one, the tool itself, I can choose peace instead of this. And number two, recognizing that you're not going to be very good at it at first, but if you will keep yourself interested in the results that you're working toward, you will remember more and more often. So the first couple weeks, I wasn't good at it at all, and I would beat myself up for forgetting. After that one aha of, oh, what if I choose peace instead of this? Instead of what I'm doing inside my own mind, that was such a empowering. I'm going to use that word a lot because it was very empowering. It was very freeing to be in the middle of kicking myself, be in the middle of telling myself what a piece of crap I was, and recognize that I was doing that to my own self. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything in this moment to make me feel bad. I was doing it to myself. So what if I choose peace instead of this? That was a big deal. That was a big deal. And that was where I started. And as I got better and better at it, remember, it took me 9 months to become the person who could leave and not go back. Okay. And part of that process was this choosing peace thing. So I got several more weeks would go by, and the event, the domestic violence pain would happen. It was always around 6 hours. That would go on. I would forget all about choosing peace until it came to a point where, oh yeah, at the end, oh yeah, God, I can choose peace instead of this. I don't have to do this. I do not have to. I can choose peace instead. So I would stop pushing against him. I would stop defending myself. Oh yeah, I can choose peace instead of this. I don't have to do this. And I would stand there in that feeling of relief, and he wouldn't he would be all off balance because I was stopping right in the middle of whatever I was doing that was defensive, and he would explode. But it would be over with. And I wouldn't have to do it anymore. I can choose peace instead of this. How cool is that? So as time went on, as those months went on, we would be 3/4 of the way through the altercation. Oh yeah, I don't have to do this. I can choose peace instead of this. Holy crap, this feels so good. He would explode. Yes, he got worse. He got worse, but I got stronger. And toward the end of that 9 months, he wasn't able to trigger me at all. I got better and better at doing this. He got angrier and angrier. I got stronger and stronger. And by the end of that 9 months, I was saying to the universe, thank you, universe, for giving me this opportunity to practice getting even better at choosing peace. Thank you for giving me this. And so I didn't say it out loud to him because of because I wasn't interested at that point in triggering him. But inside myself, I would be saying, oh, look, he's given me another opportunity to practice choosing peace. I'm getting so good at this. I can choose peace instead of this. And that worked beautifully. The feeling of relief when I would stand in the middle of whatever the hell was going on, and it felt like hell, and say, I can choose peace. I can choose peace instead of this. So, yeah, it didn't feel good in the circumstance. But I wasn't looking for happiness. Happiness depends on things to be a certain way so that you can feel good. Peace does not. I can experience inner peace even while he's punching me in the head. And I did that more than once. I can choose peace instead of this. You know, I can stand strong in knowing that my own peace is my responsibility, and he's not responsible for my peace. He was never responsible for my peace. I am the only one that can ever be responsible for my peace, and I can choose it right now because my peace belongs to me. And he can't take, no matter how he treats me, no matter how hard he hits me, he doesn't get to take my peace. He doesn't get to take my peace because it's mine and I can choose that. And I did. And I highly recommend it. Try it. Give it a shot. You're not going to be very good at it at first. But if you stick with it, you can have the same experience that I had. And it'll be worth it to you. I promise. So there's another oh, what's the word? Another I can't think of the word. Here's another damn video for the website. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for letting me be myself and not judging me because I'm not perfect at this. And you know what? You can judge me if you need to, because you don't get to take my peace either. Okay, I'm cracking myself up over here. So enjoy whatever you find in this, enjoy your experience, and let it take you to the destination where you want to end up. And just do your best. That's all you can do. And let it be okay that you're not all that good at it at first. So have a good one, and I'll talk to you in the next video.